just setting up the map here, but you can see I've got oil rig mission. The whole purpose of this was just to showcase this ship I've been using the last like month or two. Called Kwazii. It's pretty good. It's got a, I don't know what you call it, like a little boat attached to it and a helicopter, and they're both pretty solid. So you can just see me going through the navigation now. I'm about to fly to it, but you can see that the ship is set to a course. So I'm not 100% sure if I actually got it to work in this specific video, but what it should do is go to that point and then orbit that point once it gets there. And I set it to like 15 knots so that it should be not too bad. Here I'm undoing the ropes. Undoing them is a lot easier than doing them up. You'll see why later. To be honest, most of this is just me wanting to flip switches because it's fun, and also I was in the wrong seat as I put in the note. But thankfully the helicopter is very stable, so that was not an issue. I just hopped in the other seat and off we go. Adjusting the course there, setting it a little bit to the right so that I can get there faster. They don't really specify on the mission what size fire it's going to be, so you can kind of run into anything. It could be an inferno where the entire thing's on fire, or it could be this tiny little fire. I don't know 100% sure if this is how it works, but I feel like it's based on the time, so if you take longer to get there, maybe it has more fire, but I would maybe cite my sources on that. I don't know. I don't have sources, so. Alright, so coming in for a landing here. Business as usual. The weather wasn't too bad on this day, so it didn't take too much to get the helicopter down. I do like that everything on this this guy's vehicles are super simple to use. The creator's named it as Karnivool on Steam, and I don't think I've seen a bad vehicle from that creator. Some of them are hit and miss, but like other creators, but this guy, as far as the ones I've used, which is the Fast Crew Rescue Boat, which I might do another video on, as well as this one, they're pretty solid ships. And this part's just regular old Stormworks, so there's nothing too crazy here. Now that the fire's out, I'm going to be going up to get 7 casualties, so you'll see me go up the stairs here in a second, in fast forward mode. I've got a 2-phase plan for this mission. So the first phase of the plan was what you've already seen half of, which is to take the helicopter in and land, pick up at least half of the people, because it's 5 seats maximum in the helicopter, if you take into account the pilot being in his seat. So the maximum I can take is 5. I took 4 on this specific trip, I think because I just forgot that the front seat was even an option, which is on me, but it worked pretty smooth. And then the second phase of this plan was to come and get the next people. You'll see in a second here, but I'll come and get the next people, and I'll bring them with the smaller boat. I thought I could steal that fire extinguisher, but it's a prop, so Can't steal it. I like to call it search and retrieve, not search and rescue, but you know, different strokes. The process of loading into this helicopter isn't too bad. The only criticism I would say I have is that the harness for lowering people up and down when the helicopter's in the air, that does get in the way on the right side of the helicopter occasionally. So it'd be nice if maybe that had some sort of swinging feature to get it out of the way when I need to, but that's very much nitpicking, and I don't think it would be reasonable to expect that level of detail out of a craft this small. But, you know, if we're just splitting hairs. Coming in for landing. This is kind of going to be my my hub for dropping off the rescue people, is this ship, just because it's close by. It's right here next to the oil rig. Something this helicopter is very good at, actually, is landing on moving targets, and you're going to see a lot of that coming up, just because I'm ferrying people back and forth a bunch. Once you turn those engines off, the upward thrust is almost immediately off, so it's pretty stable on whatever platform you leave it on as soon as you get it down on the platform. If I was being diligent, what I would have done is tie down the skids to the deck, but I am not a diligent man, so I didn't do that. Maybe if it was a storm, I would have thought about it, but... Alright. Job done, taken off. Let's go get the next 3. Keep in mind that ship is going 15 knots and this helicopter's super stable while doing it. You can really make a lot of mistakes in this vehicle, and it will make up for it a little bit as long as it's like a reasonable level mistake. Like you saw me, I came in a little too far back. You just give it a little boost of thrust and it hops up real quick and gets down. Some helicopters on Stormworks really don't work that smoothly. You'll try that and it'll just shoot up into the air, or it might not do anything for the first 10 seconds. The ability to tighten the ropes on the deck is pretty huge. Just tightening those front 2 have immediately secured that helicopter, so it's not going anywhere. That might be another criticism right there, is that rope storage could use work. I don't think it even needs a door on the front of it, to be honest, but that's also nitpicking, and it's probably something that I could just change myself if I really want to. I have made a few changes to this, like the inflatable life rafts. I've added a button for that, just to have 3 emergency rafts. So now I've got our 3 people. We're going to head a little bit closer to the oil rig, which I have now done, and we're going to take out the smaller boat, which the process for that is very satisfying, because the mechanism, I would say, is one of the best engineered mechanisms for doing this specific task that this game has seen in a while. One other criticism, there could be ramp blocks a little more frequently inside the floor of the smaller craft. As you can see, I'm getting caught on that little walkway area, but that might be a space-related reason. I'm not 100% sure. So I feel like you could maybe get ramps in there though, and maybe smooth that out a little bit, but also nitpicking. But you saw I just got everything loaded in there super easy. That was, I barely had to cut during that. And then you just kick it out like that, return it, and then miss the boat because you suck at parkour. Very good. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Controls really well, turns on a dime. It's an enclosed space, so you can flip this thing upside down. You can throw it through a storm and it's never going to flood because there's just no way for it to. You'll always have air. I'm coming in for this ship. I wasn't sure how to go about docking it, but it turns out they put rope anchors right next to the ladder, so it actually was a lot easier than I thought. And then I ended up accidentally putting it in the best spot possible, and you're going to see why in a second, because when the NPC decides to start moving, my rope placement happened to keep everything straight. Another small criticism, I suppose, is the is this. It's a little hard to work on the deck with the hatches or whatever for the engine, but necessary evil, I think. Maybe you could have the sliding ones, but I don't know, maybe those are too wide, so that could be, I don't know. It's such a small ship, I don't know if there's much you could do about that. Just like that, on the deck, good to go. And you see him start the engine and I freak out, but civilians come first. There we go. And then that happened to just work out perfectly, so all I had to do was disconnect the rope, and we are out of there. Really not a fan of the hatches, but also nitpicking. I can't look at something that's 99% perfect and say that the 1% is even remotely a problem. A little time consuming, but it's a whole hell of a lot faster than dealing with ropes and lowering it off the deck and using a crane or any other options that ships usually have. And then once it's in there, it locks on the back too, so it's not going anywhere. And that was it. That was the mission. 3 really strong vehicles. I kind of wish that he made a version where all 3 were included. I just did that myself, but you can get all 3 on the workshop. I'll see if I remember. I'm gonna try and put links to his workshop stuff for these 3 vehicles specifically, but you should definitely check out any other stuff this guy's made. Fast Crew Supplier is a personal favorite of mine. But yeah, thank you for watching. This is just the ship tour, so I'll just shut up and let you enjoy the rest of that.